beautiful booktubers, I'm Becky Bookworm and I'm here today to do a book haul. My partner was saying to me earlier this week that you can tell how stressed I am at work because the more stressed I am, the more books I buy. This is what happened last week. Whoopsie daisy. So I'm going to start from the top. These are in no particular order. The first is actually a book I borrowed. This is I keep putting them in front of my face. Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. I've been meaning to read some Robin Hobb. I've been meaning to read some Robin Hobb for absolutely ages. I remember asking Sam's Nonsense over on Twitter what she recommended for a starter, and she recommended this, so I am excited to get started. It's fantasy. A guy called Fitz, who's a royal bastard cast out into the world with only his magical link with animals for solace and companionship. When Fitz is adopted into the royal household, he must give up his old ways and learn a new life, weaponry scribing, courtly manners and how to kill a man secretly. Meanwhile, raiders ravage the coasts, leaving the people forged and soulless. As Fitz grows towards manhood, he will have to face his first terrifying mission, a task that poses as much risk to himself as it does to his target. For Fitz, this is a threat to the throne, but he may also be the key to the future of the kingdom. I am excited about this. I've got a couple of books that I need to get through that I really have to read, and then this is going to happen. Woo! So the other day, I think it was Friday, when I had a particularly crappy day at work, I ended up deciding that I was just going to buy all of Nnedi Okorafor's books. I've got a few of hers and I've absolutely loved everything I've read. I know for a fact you can't see it, but I've got Who Fears Death just sitting on my shelf there that I need to get through to. But I just ordered all of the books that I could find that I didn't have. One of them hasn't come yet, but I've ordered Binti home. If you haven't read Binti, it is a novelette, I think it's called, about a girl called Binti who is from a far-flung tribe that her people never travel. She's been offered a place at this prestigious university. She decides to go. On the way there, something terrible happens and she has to use her she has to use her skills to try and remedy the situation and teach people that there's more to life than what they're actually doing to each other. It is fucking awesome. Really loved it. So this, I know it's really awkward when people read the back of books, but I'm going to read the back of the book. It's been a year since Binti and the Meduse Okwu enrolled at Umza University. A year since Binti was declared a hero for uniting two warring planets. A year since she abandoned her family in the dawn of a new day. And now she must return home to her people, with her friend Okwu by her side to face her family and her elders. Her experiences off-planet have changed her forever, and Binti will have to discover whether there is still a home for her on Earth. So I'm really excited to get back into Binti's world and to learn more about her. She's a fascinating character. Her people sound really interesting, and just everything about this world is just fucking awesome. Next is another Nnedi Okorafor, a Cata Witch. Look how beautiful this cover is. It's absolutely stunning. So apparently there's a sequel as well, a Cata Warrior, which I'm going to have to get. I don't know whether it's out yet, but again, I'm going to read the back. Sunny Nwazue lives in Nigeria, but she was born in New York City. Her features are West African, but she's albino. She's a terrific athlete, but she can't go out into the sun to play soccer. There seemed to be no place where she fits in, and then she discovers something amazing. She's a free agent with latent magical power, and she has a lot of catching up to do. Soon she's part of a quartet of magic students studying the visible and invisible, learning to change reality. But just as she's finding her footing, Sunny and her friends are asked by the magical authorities to help track down a career criminal who knows magic too. Will their training be enough to help them against the threat whose powers greatly outnumber theirs? So, yeah, I am really looking forward to this. I didn't know, maybe I did know a Cata Warrior was out, but when I searched for her books it didn't come up, but I'm obviously going to have to get that one on payday. Yay! Next, Down Among the Sticks and Bones. This is the sequel to Every Heart a Doorway, which I did in part of my wrap up last week, I think it was. That was absolutely amazing. I've got high hopes for this. I've heard good things. This, I believe, is the story of two characters out of Every Heart a Doorway, and it's Jack and Jill. So it's going into their world and seeing where they came from. And I think it's the moors that they come from, which is probably why this is pictured like this, and their world was quite dark and quite brutal, so I am looking forward to getting to know those characters again. Finally got around to picking up a copy of the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin. Everyone's been waffling on about this, it's supposed to be amazing, so I had to pick it up. I'm not even going to explain what this is about. Go on Goodreads, have a look. It's brilliant. I have heard that this one is apparently a lot of world building, and then the one after that is where the action starts, so I like world building, I'm sure I'll like it. Every Other Day by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I've done that thing again where I know somebody on BookTube has spoken about this and I can't for the life of me remember who it was, so if it was you, please shout up, because I'd like to thank you. Well, maybe when I've read it, when I've decided whether it's good or not. The thrilling and seductive new novel from the author of the hugely popular Raised by Wolves series. Every second day, Callie D'Angelo is a normal 16-year-old girl. She goes to high school, she argues with her father, she's human, but every other day she's not. Though she's not quite sure what she is on those days, Callie knows what she does. She hunts, traps and kills demons, hellhounds and other supernatural creatures that threaten her world. On those days, she's practically indestructible. But when Callie notices a mark on a popular girl at school, she knows instantly that the girl is marked for death by one of these unworldly beings. And she knows she has only 24 hours to save her. There's only one problem. It's the wrong 24 hours. So that sounds really good. I'm looking forward. I don't know if it's a YA book or what, but I just really liked whoever it was that was talking about it. It just sounds so interesting. And reading the back, it sounds really good. So the next 3 books are actually books that were given away by my work. They're ARCs and they're not out yet, so I am excited to read these. Bonfire by Kristen Ritter. Kristen Ritter is the actress that plays Jessica Jones. She's the daughter of, I think, John Ritter, who was in loads and loads of stuff, and she was also amazing in Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23. If you haven't seen that, watch it. It got cancelled after 2 seasons. It's a travesty. So it's been 10 years since Abby Williams left home and scrubbed away all evidence of her small town roots. Now working as a lawyer in Chicago, she has a thriving career, a modern apartment and a pick of meaningless one-night stands. But when a new case takes her back home to Indiana, the life Abby painstakingly created begins to crack. She begins to find strange connections to a decade-old scandal involving the popular Casey Mitchell and her friends, just before Casey disappeared for good. But as Abby tries desperately to find what happened to Casey, troubling memories begin to resurface and she begins to doubt her own observations. Her search threatens the reputations and lives of the community and risks exposing a darkness that may consume her. With tantalising twists, slow-burning suspense and a remote rural town, Bonfire is a dark exploration of what happens when your past and present collide. And apparently this is out on the 9th of November. Fools and Mortals, Bernard Cornwell. This is out in October. And it says that Bernard Cornwell takes us into the heart of Elizabethan England with extraordinary novel of fierce ambition, dangerous rivalries and midwinter madness. So this is called Shattered Minds, and this is by Laura Lamb. I don't know. Oh, I think this came out in June. Yeah, so I think this one is already out. It says, ex-neuroscientist Karina struggles with a drug problem, her conscience and her urges to kill. She can satisfy her cravings and dreams if she succumbs to the addictive drug zeal. But Sudice Inc. damaged her mind when she worked on their sinister brain mapping project, and this is the price. Karina's heading for self-destruction until she has a vision of a dead girl, another Sudice experiment. And when she realises evidence was planted in her head by an old colleague attempting to expose the company, she knows her life is at risk. Her only hope is to unmask Sudice before they find her. She needs specialist hackers to unlock the data in her brain and finds Dax. As dangers multiply, the pair grow closer, but first they must survive. Again, sounds like not my usual thing, but a free book is a free book, is a free book, is a free book. So that is everything that I have bought in the last week. I I'm not even going to bother saying I'm not going to buy any more books, because I blatantly am. In a couple of weeks, or in fact in just over a week, I'm off to Edinburgh for the Fringe and for the International Book Festival. I'm hoping I'm going to be a brave little toaster and do a bit of vlogging, but also I'm probably going to buy a million books because book festival. Yay! So yeah, I guess that's it from me. If you've read any of these books or you like the sound of them, please let me know down in the comments, and I will be back soon with another video. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and please subscribe. Big hugs. Bye!